in my life. I got fired from working at Red Robin for doing that. When do we get to bury him in a thing and jerk off on him, though? I'd say I could take on 311. And he clicks the button, and he's just this woman cussing him the fuck out. This is the weirdest theory I've ever heard in my entire life. In a lot of ways, Big Boy's never left. And the tide kind of piles. I agree. He will tell you I'm a bad driver, but there's no evidence for that. I have intuition and I'm deep, and then, dude, people fall for absolute monsters on a regular basis.
Hey guys, welcome to the Two Hippies, One Drunk podcast. I'm your host this week, Scott Ryan, and with me as always are my two longtime comic buddies, Eric Fady.
Hello.
Tyler Charles.
Hello.
Thank you so much for tuning in again. We are currently traveling the country, and your support means the world to us. This is all self-funded, and if you want to help us grow the podcast and continue to do what we do, there are a couple of ways you can do that. Cash donations are always very much appreciated. We couldn't be doing this without your help, and every little bit counts. Another way you can help us is by reviewing us and rating us 5 stars on iTunes. This massively increases our visibility and helps people find us. Lastly, another way you can help us is by subscribing to our Two Hippies, One Drunk Facebook page or our Instagram and sharing our short videos that we've been making. We release content every day, and it's a great way of interacting with us and helping us grow. All right, and with that, let's kick off the show for the week. Okay.
You did it. It was great.
We did it. We did an intro. I did it.
Yeah, it's gonna be uniform from now on.
Yay. So
yeah, what are we doing this week, Scott?
I was really trying to think about, something that we would all be really good at. And, I don't think that there's anybody more qualified to offer life advice than the three of us.
Yeah, we know what thing or two, you know.
Yeah.
Done around the block, if you know what I mean.
So I have dug up a bunch of stuff from advice columns where other people have answered these questions, but I think we can do it a little bit better.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
No, you're good. Trying to get in the frame.
Yeah. This face sells, guys. So I just, even though this week I was referred to as Scott's dad, apparently, but no, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, here on the road episode.
Yeah,
check that out.
Right.
Yes,
We'll
we
talk
will
about it.
definitely.
Which is on Wednesday or other nights. I mean,
Other nights.
Yes. Whatever nights were available to do it.
Yes.
Okay, so have either one of you guys ever read advice columns at all before? Have you ever dug into this?
We kind of, honestly, we did delve into this a little into the Trey Cat. We never did it like this, but we had times where I would find ones and read them to Mike. So yes, I have looked into these. We used to say that a Trey Cast, I couldn't believe it was like, it's like the idea of someone threw up, you want to talk about a message in a bottle. Like someone has a life problem and they're writing a letter to a paper or a periodical going, what do you think? And then you're just kind of hoping. Like, how long do you wait after you wrote it?
Yeah.
Before you're like, well, should I just solve this or what? You know what I mean?
Or honestly, like ran out of family, ran out of friends. No one could give you the right advice.
Oh, well, that's not what happened. What happened is they asked family and friends. They didn't give them the advice they wanted to hear.
Yeah. You're very right. You're very right.
And that is fundamentally, I was joking ahead of time about us being the right people to do this. And obviously we are not. Obviously we are very poorly qualified. But I would argue that most of the people who actually run these advice columns know better.
No idea what's going on. Maybe worse.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Okay, so I'm just going to kick it off. I'm just going to read one, and you guys can respond to it. I always
like give our advice for this?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Do you have what they gave as an answer?
Yeah, did you have
also
like
or no?
responses?
No, that would have been a good idea.
Yeah, some responses.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, we got some critical advice before I even read the first one.
Gave Scott advice.
I'm already giving advice.
All right, you're gonna be good at this.
Priming the pump.
I always thought okay, this is the first one. I always thought I could accept anything that parenthood might throw at me. I knew that I would embrace my son if he were straight, gay.
Actually, I hate to do this. Can you please restart it? I had an ADD moment, and for a second I forgot I was supposed to be paying attention.
Okay, everybody else also pretend you didn't hear the last 20 seconds.
Right, go ahead.
I didn't hear it either.
I'm so serious. All of a sudden he was talking.
I know,
and I'm
I
like,
was like,
oh shit, I'm
have
supposed to be listening.
Wow, this is off to a great start.
I'm ready to give. I would have given advice, by the way, either way.
No matter what.
I still would have given a very. Yeah, just real quick. Again, this is kind of an on the road subject, which we'll bring up at some point. We're going to start doing a little show where we talk about some of our in and outs of our day to day. But we had a little bit of a moment this week where Scott said something about me giving opinion on something. I'm like, dude, I'll give an opinion on anything, and I will defend it like it's the biggest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. So if I had not even listened to your advice, I would have given advice. Like I would have been like, I say break up with her or something. Anyway,
Okay.
Go ahead.
I always thought I could accept anything that parenthood might throw at me. I knew that I could embrace my son if he were straight, gay, bi, trans, etc. If there is a controlling consciousness of the universe, it has a nasty sense of humor. Putting it bluntly, my son is sexually attracted to Pokemon. He dropped hints that I didn't really pick up on, but over the last few years, I have stumbled across evidence of his browsing habits that left me pretty clear about his proclivities. Should I address this with him? Try to discourage an orientation that to me seems kind of pathetic?
I have to say something. I don't know. I have to give what they call, like, I think in a journalistic thing when you like full disclosure. Scott did not know he was going to bring this up. I may or may not. Just yesterday, have watched some Pokemon. What do you call it? Cosplay porn.
Cosplay porn. Cosplay.
And I don't even watch Pokemon. I just like girls dressed up with things.
So what is this? Was it just like a woman dressed up as a Pikachu just getting railed?
Yes.
The incredibly sad part, I know exactly what video he watched.
Did you look at my phone?
I did not look at your phone. I just know about this video you're talking about.
Well, I only asked him if he looked at my
There's
phone.
not that many people dressed up as Pikachu.
Well, actually, what I found out through watching some of this bullshit is there is a lot out there, but in Pornhub, they give you a lot of 30-second shits, and you're supposed to subscribe to watch the full thing.
Yeah.
So I have to delve through the ones that give me 3 minutes worth.
Oh my God. I have to ask this, although I feel pretty confident I already know the answer. Have you watched those Simpsons?
No.
No.
I haven't, and I don't
Is
like
there
it.
Simpsons?
There
porn?
definitely is. There definitely
People
is.
dressed up, or
Like
is it
people
like cartoon?
No, and here's the thing.
Both.
Okay.
I don't like parody porn.
Okay.
There's a difference between parody porn and cosplay in a weird way.
Yeah.
In the sense that but the funny thing is, for one, by the way, when Tyler said, I know what his videos are watching, it wouldn't shock me because I don't erase Pornhub tabs on my iPhone. I got like 15 tabs open and I just kind of go bat it around the horn a few times and now we're back at it. But anyway, it's just kind of funny because sort of Scott had no knowledge of this. And it's just funny because it literally was just yesterday. No. So my advice is fuck off, dude. It's normal.
Yeah. Stop being a judgmental prick.
Yeah.
Let your kid. Don't call your kid pathetic, you asshole.
And by the way,
And like,
go ahead.
I just want to know, like, I mean, it's not gonna say it, but like, so he thinks his kid's straight up into fucking Pokemon,
Yes.
or is it like a cosplay situation?
No, okay, well, this
It's
is
probably just Pokemon, right? But like from the show, or these Pokemon have tits?
That is a different question. Is he jerking off to Pokemon commercials or Pokemon porn?
Yeah, there's a big difference. He is pathetic if he's jerking off to commercials.
Yeah, like to the
Pokemon.
show. Like I would
Yes.
agree. Like if I was watching an episode of The Simpsons, and I was like, damn it, Marge is so
Here we go.
fucking
Yeah,
hot right
yeah.
now.
You need, if you're gonna watch it, you need the porn version of that thing.
And
That's
also,
what I'd-
by the way, sir, I'd like to see your fucking Pornhub history.
yeah. What are you looking at, sir?
That is really my thing. I feel like when it comes down to it, is like, don't throw stones in a glass house. Like there's
When it comes, especially porn, dude. Porn
Yeah.
is something.
Yeah.
If you're a guy who watches it, and not all guys do, but if you are one that watches it, eventually the rabbit hole gets a little dark. Okay.
Eventually, you seen, too much.
and there's a difference between, I don't know, it was 2 a.m. I was drunk, the Pokemon thing popped up. I just rolled with it.
Yeah.
And like it's been weeks of browsing history of Pokemon porn. Like those are two different
Exactly.
things.
I agree too. I agree. Like in my history, like again, I have a few here and there.
Yeah.
If it was like you looked at all 15 and it was like, here's Pokemon getting railed, here's so and so from another cartoon, and then like, oh, okay, now it's like that's a fetish. I guess
Yeah.
versus just kind of a thing that I think is kind of sexy for a little, in a way. Like,
Yeah, I would say my advice to this guy who's reaching out on this advice column: if your kid's jerking off to the actual show Pokemon, yeah, dress it. Your kid's weird and you need to dress it. If he's just jerking off to weird like hentai shit, fuck off and let him be him.
My also advice is, I think this is one of those bullshit things where it's like, oh yeah, my friend's into this. What should I do?
yeah, exactly. My child.
Tell
blah,
your
blah, blah.
child it's
Is it
fine,
weird
asshole.
that I jerk off to Pokemon? I mean, him.
All right, problem solved.
Right. Exactly. I hope he's listening.
Next up, we dine at casual eateries periodically with certain friends. One of them
Can you slow down a little bit? I didn't quite catch that.
we dine
What's that mean?
like
Eat.
to eat.
Oh, we dine.
dine.
Okay.
At, which is a conjunctive verb, I believe.
I would have thought at was a preposition.
Oh, I think you're right. God damn it.
Oh, you heard it here first.
Oh my
Scott was wrong about words.
I fail grammar every year of school.
I just started speaking grammatical gibberish and hope nobody called me.
You were
Preposition
with
for
two
real?
people that like actually wouldn't have normally, but he did.
No, I thought I was like, this is like waving your hands around blind people. Nobody's gonna know.
And then you got Daredevil just
Yeah.
grabbing your hand.
Damn.
Okay.
I got owned on grammar by Eric Fady.
I'm just gonna, you know what? I gotta call it a day, guys. I'm gonna get a beer.
I think we're done. This is another
Great episode, guys.
Wash your hands of it.
The Venmo is Eric Fady, and share our stuff, and it's been great, and we support.
Okay, so we dine at casual eateries periodically with certain
Casual
friends.
eateries. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
One of them habitually excuses herself by announcing, "I need to go potty." This
is an adult person?
Yes.
Okay.
This has progressed from embarrassing to simply annoying. What is the proper thing to say, or is it too late to say anything? Should it simply be ignored?
So this is a girlfriend?
Yeah, I don't
or I'm
understand.
confused.
This is this person. They go out with a group of friends.
Okay.
Imagine all three of us went out.
Yeah.
And I occasionally go, "I need to go potty."
I would say I need to go potty. but-
I would say something to you to stop. Like if you're saying it loud. If you're like, I have to go potty. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what
And
is
the
that?
thing is-
Not even like shaming you, just like, what is the deal with that?
I would say that, but so the advice on that is
What is the deal with that?
advice though, like to me, because the problem is I'm someone who would be like,
So she's
sounds like-
asking
sounds
if
like
she
they're-
should say something.
it sounds like they're
Yes.
not doing it in a joking way. It sounds like this person they're not like comics to me. Like I could see myself doing that, but like in normal society probably wouldn't.
It'd be
Um,
ironic.
Yeah, I would be doing it like, guys, I need to potty. I'll be back. or
Yeah,
something,
as a
but-
joke, not like I
Right.
have to go potty.
Right. I mean, having said that, to me, unless honestly, unless in my opinion, she's doing it like how we're gonna start talking about this again pretty soon on some other stuff we're gonna put out there. But unless it's like Tyler getting mad at me for loudly saying things I shouldn't, like if it's like she's saying it like, guys, I need to potty, and then she's like, okay, and also she's not
Yeah.
doing it to be funny.
Yep.
Then it's like maybe you go, hey, no big deal, but you can just say to us, or you can just get up.
Yeah.
But if she's saying it just like for some reason, I know it's weird. Don't get me wrong. Yes, it'd be fucking weird if a regularly like a few like 4 or 5 buddies are going out and like, oh, I need a potty. You don't need to say. You don't need to say anything. You're just going to the bathroom.
You're
But
saying it right now.
Yeah.
I would laugh in your face.
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to stop myself.
I would say
But I
like
thought- I would think it was a joke.
right.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's not.
No, it definitely seems
But
like
having
it's
said that, you know what, dude? Again, as long as this person is not doing it in a way where everyone in a restaurant's hearing them, if it's just kind of their thing for some reason, we all have weird shit. Again, look at yourself in the mirror. I bet this girl or guy thinks you do some shit that she doesn't like or he doesn't like. They, them, and shit. And so, anyway, again, unless she's doing it in a way that's literally obnoxiously embarrassing the whole group, shut the fuck up.
I mean, I would argue that she is embarrassing everyone by saying that so
Yeah.
nonchalantly.
but what's the difference when you say you're going to the bathroom? You know what you're doing anyway.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, yeah.
Potty is baby talk.
Yes.
I
That's my
agree.
thing.
I'm just saying. Okay, well,
You
okay,
need
well,
a
we don't have
kid.
to-
You
And
need
I'm
a kid.
against baby talk.
If-
Adults doing baby talk ever is wrong.
Even with children? Even if you have a baby?
Yeah, I would
Scott doesn't
argue
like
yes.
children,
I would argue
so-
yes. You know
Scott
what?
doesn't like children. He's
I-
like he thinks that you should talk to them like a full hello, sir. How have you like shaking little baby's hands every single time he goes there?
Absolutely.
No, I
Absolutely.
think baby talk is a little warranted with a baby.
So my advice in the end is going to be, unless this is a very obnoxious thing that's being done, like announcing it where other tables are always hearing it, settle the fuck down. And Tyler disagrees, but still.
I would say I wouldn't even be like settle the fuck down. I'd just be like, why do you say that? What's up with that?
Okay, can we all agree on a condescending laugh and you make fun of them and you just do that until they stop?
No, because again, I said
Still.
I feel like everyone's got their shit, and this person writing it, I bet the person that says I need a potty could be like, well, you know what? That's fine. But also it sucks when you fucking do this. So
I want to genuinely know why the fuck they say it. That was my thing. It wouldn't even be like making fun of them until they stop. It'd be like, let's break this down and figure out why you're doing it.
I do not get off on baby talk. In fact, if anyone knows me well enough to know any level of
probably
Eric's responding to a comment right now, to be clear.
Yeah, someone
for
says
the podcast listeners.
Someone thinks I get off on baby talk, and I'm like, dude, everyone knows me that knows that the idea of dirty talk to me would be the most awkward thing in the world. Me dirty talking would be like, yeah, I hope it's this might not last. Yeah, you good? That'd be my dirty talk. So.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of dirty talk either.
I'm a big fan.
Okay, here's my thing. Short phrases, short sentences. That's where dirty talk ends. Like anything beyond that.
Yeah, slap the ass or little phrases is one thing. Real full on like storylines and shit.
Well,
like,
storylines
like
is a whole nother subject.
Man, you've been a bad girl.
I've definitely done role play, so I'm a fan.
Role play to me is different than dirty talk, though. See, role play is more like there's some dressing up usually.
Yeah.
There's like I think that's a little different than full on to me. I think there's a difference there, but
I like dirty talk. That's what I would say.
Okay. Anyway,
Big fan.
You know what shouldn't appear in
Don't
dirty
say
talk?
I have to go to the potty.
Yeah, I was gonna say no potty and dirty talk. No, using the word potty.
Which is weird because it's dirty talk. You think you'd be talking some gross shit, but like poop and pee stay out of dirty talk, in my opinion.
Yeah. There's water
Some
sports and there's dirty talk, and never the twain shall meet.
What about those people that like to be pooped and peed on?
Those are weirdos.
Yeah.
And I don't respect.
Yeah, no. Kink shame. You are kink shame.
You are shamed.
All right.
Uh,
And by the way, for the record, I definitely don't like being pooped or peed on, even though I've had both happen.
okay, and this one I feel like will be we're gonna be on the same subject matter for a minute because of this next one. I'll be straight up and to the point. My boyfriend and I have been dating for about a month, and we're both into one another. I can see myself with this man, and I hope he can see himself with me. The one thing that is causing a little bump in the road is that when it comes to sex, it's mind-blowing, but I think we're both insecure about what's down there. See, I guess you could say what I like to. I guess you could say what you'd like to call roast beef is what my vagina looks like, and his penis resembles that of a banana or a coat. I think when we first gave oral, it was a big turn off for both of us, but not even till this day has either one of us voiced our concern over it.
A coat hanger.
It's just weird sucking him off with his thing looking like that, and I'm almost positive he doesn't like all the extra vagina I bring to the table.
For one, by the way, it sounds like he's got Peroni series, the Bill Clinton situation. It's bent. Like,
I mean, if it's like, is it that thin? Like, what's going on with that?
I think the coat hanger means the bent
just
thing.
bent.
The bent
Okay.
thing. I think it, like I said, the
And
Peroni
honestly,
degree.
A
that's
banana's a
some
pretty
dicks.
typical
Yeah,
penis
dick.
shape.
That's true. That's what they use to put condoms on in sex ed, right?
I feel like she's just describing a dick and then
Yeah.
a vagina.
Nah, that doesn't sound like hers is just a vagina. I mean,
It does though. I mean, I would say that like you can like it or not, but it's got a roast beef tint to it. Most of them.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a thing people use to describe.
Yeah.
I did this Scott's
Scott's girl from the other night, right? This.
Hilarious. And yes.
Yes, she did.
I think the thing is though,
I love that somebody's listening to us enough to fucking make that reference.
I agree.
Thank you, Anthony.
My answer,
Passionate enough.
my one thing with this people would be like, you still got this, the penetration,
The
the
old
butt,
finger in the hole motion.
right? You still got the penetration, the butt, and the vagines, so those feel pretty good.
Yeah,
And,
you
know,
know,
and
just
you got-
don't suck each other off.
Right. I mean, if you're honestly, honest, Scott, I know that that's a thing for a lot of people. Obviously, oral sex is a big part of sex. I've never really been great with it, but I know that it's a big part for a lot of people. But if legitimately you find yourselves loving each other, I mean, if you don't have the other part down, if you don't have the penetration with each other for some reason, then you're in a tricky spot.
Yeah, I
guess.
feel like then just don't date anybody. You don't want to be like,
Yeah,
fuck
because Right. So, but you still, I mean, seriously, there's a lot of stuff you can do, and in the end, there's toys that he could do on her.
Yeah.
And I feel like she could still do hand jobs and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, their mouth feels good, but.
Yeah. You ever tried to stroke a coat hanger?
I can say I haven't, to be honest with you. But
okay, you know what's funny?
I'm just saying. My point is, I think there's a lot of stuff. If you have a real connect, like if there's other things, like she says, she thinks she can picture herself with him. So like if there's that, I also think eventually, by the way, you would get comfortable enough for that, because you said it's only been a month and a half.
Yeah,
I think if you really did love each other, there's a chance that stuff would eventually. It would ease up.
Yeah,
I know I feel like I'm giving
gross to that.
I feel like I'm giving a real answer here, but I'm just saying.
well, no, and I think that like it's reading this out loud now. This hadn't occurred to me beforehand, but I really feel like this woman's got some sort of a serious issue about genitalia, and I feel like if you could talk to her boyfriend, he'd be like, "I don't have any fucking clue what she's talking about."
I just ate her out.
I don't even know about that, but I will surely guess that he loves the blowjob. I mean, I'm just.
Yeah, I guarantee you, he was a fan.
Right. I doubt he's now. She actually works. So it's weird to her. She said because of the shape, though.
Yes.
So it's not.
And she said it's weird to him because of her roast beef vagina.
Right. My point is on her end. I'm sure he loves it still.
Yeah.
And now, as far as getting the blowjob, because she doesn't say he doesn't like it. She says she guesses he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think if there's a strong enough connection, that stuff will work out eventually. And there's lots of other the Kama Sutra. There's lots of other shit you can do. I promise you. Actually, I don't, because I've done none of it. But
that's like the best advice we've given so far.
I would say. That was the most real advice.
Solid, yeah.
Oh, actually, I agree.
And do just stick with it until it gets less weird.
Yeah, maybe it isn't even weird. Maybe you're just weird and way too in your own head about this.
Yeah.
Okay, so the ghostly mother-in-law. My in-laws are
ghostly. This is titled.
Yeah, I shouldn't have included the title. That's on me. My in-laws are unbelievably superstitious. My mother-in-law believes she's psychic. My father-in-law believes her, and my husband, otherwise rational, turns we can't know for sure credulous around her. I find the stream of insights and ghost sightings grating, but they can believe what they want until it reaches the end of my nose. My husband and I are looking to buy a house, and his mother is constantly bothering me with her visions of dark auras and bad vibes about the houses. She's not even with us. Apparently, she could tell a duplex has more ghosts than Disney's haunted house from 2 states away. I just tune her out, but my husband says we should listen to keep the peace. Apparently, she won't ever visit if the house is haunted. My husband
sounds like a win.
Yeah. Seems like you're moving in.
Right. Sounds like a good thing to me.
My husband caving to her is the worst part of it. Is this going to be how it is going forward?
Yes.
It's a house, a mortgage.
Yep.
The only thing to tie us together more would be a child. So I'm wondering if maybe we need to rethink more than just the haunted house, or am I being unreasonable?
No, you're not.
Yeah.
This is how he needs to go.
Right.
Yeah.
This is not going to change. He's allowing his mother to dictate that based on ghosts.
Yeah.
Well,
Speaking of, was that anything going on?
Real.
Talking about ghosts.
Not even ghosts, though. I mean, again, it'd be one thing if they're like, it sounds like there's several houses, and again, she says 2 states away. So, like, dude, I know Scott here knows a lot more about some of this stuff, and I personally believe in ghosts, or what do you call spirits, or whatever you want to call it, for
entities,
yeah,
whatever you got.
I believe in it. I believe in some of that stuff, but like someone 2 states away, and the other thing is several houses. I'm sorry, dude. I understand if a certain house is like, oh, it's really old, and there's a murder here.
Yeah,
I believe in that stuff, but I don't believe, like, I mean, it can't be that rampant.
At the 6th house, it's like, we need a divorce.
Yeah.
No, it's like, you need to make this step or else.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. And again, she's like, again, what happens when they have a kid? Is she just, what if the kid isn't blessed good enough?
Yeah, exactly. That's an evil child. You must kill it. It's going to become a real problem.
Yeah.
This crazy old voodoo lady.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, I think that, you know, all of us to varying degrees, I certainly pretty heavily believe in that stuff. Eric's open to it. You're open to it. It's not like any of us are even like,
no,
completely.
that's not true.
To the point that he made me apologize to a cemetery that we walked over one time in Hawaii. So, and I did. But I did
do it. A glaring looking cat An angry cat.
And Eric was tempting the dead.
He was tempting. I didn't feel good about it.
Now the thing is, though, having said that, I'm not disrespectful of that. My reasoning was, we walked through cemeteries. My point is, I wasn't specifically saying fuck these guys, I don't care. I just chose to do a shortcut. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
No, totally.
So it wasn't like I was bored. Like I told you guys, fuck these guys. I'm walking over their graves. I just thought, it's a shortcut.
I do think you said they're dead. What can they do about it?
You did say
I stand by that. But the point is,
but he did apologize.
But I did apologize, so I'm open to it. So I understand the thought, but to me, it just sounds like a mom who's doing everything she can to keep her son under her thumb.
Yeah.
And him allowing it. And him being like, well, we have to listen
keep
to
the
her.
peace. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, like keep the peace. You don't live. She lives 2 states away.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to deal with it.
And that it's a repeated thing. Like that is, if it was one house, you would seriously, you'd be like, okay, I don't know. She feels really strongly about this. Maybe she's on to something.
And you try another and she goes, and she doesn't. Or you give her 3 choices. You say, hey, we know you have feelings about this. Here's 3. If all 3 of them have it, I'm sorry. I don't believe that every single place is haunted. To that level for sure.
Yeah, no, and actually, like this was one where there was a little bit of a back and forth between them, and I didn't actually copy the other part of it, but she did have like the woman giving the advice was basically like said what we've said, and then she goes, well, so what I was thinking about is getting this house and then having somebody cleanse it to make her happy. And the woman wrote back and she's like, that's not a bad idea, but I suspect that she's going to say that it's impossible to cleanse it.
Right. Or that lady isn't professional. By the way, why couldn't she do it if she believed? By the way, if she believed in that stuff.
Grandma, do it.
If she believes that, if she has such a strength that she can detect it like from a distance like that without even walking in the place, why doesn't she up on the stuff where she could cleanse it? I feel like that should be part of her training. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Not training because I don't, but you know what I'm saying? Like if she believes in that stuff enough.
Yeah, she should at least know how to cleanse a place.
Or look into it, by the way. Whatever.
Yeah, be proactive instead of just shitting on their plans.
This mother did not want this woman to marry her son.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Okay, this one I added. This one is like, I'm genuinely curious about your guys' opinion on this. Because like, I don't know, it got me thinking, I don't know how I would feel. Like, my husband and I live in a studio flat, which means our bed is in plain sight. Whenever we invite people over, they just sit on our bed. When there are more than enough chairs and a very comfortable couch, I find it very rude. My mom taught me that I should never even enter other people's bedrooms without their invitation, let alone sit on their beds. But I don't know if I'm overreacting.
Well, for one, your whole room is a bedroom.
Yeah.
So that means that once you're in, you're
included.
Yeah.
Dude, shut the fuck up. I'm not, honestly, beds are comfortable to sit on. They're there. I mean, I get it. It's your bed, but you live in a studio. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the deal. Like the bed's going to be there anyway. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
No, and I thought the same. Okay, I'm glad to hear that then, because I was like, I would walk into a situation like that, and I would sit on somebody's bed without even thinking about it. If they were my friend or something, just as easily as I would the couch. Like if it's in the living room, it's a seat.
Right. You're literally the beds there. I mean, unless there was some very specific reason, which I don't even know what that would be, because it'd be like, well,
I would specifically sit on a couch if it was available. If it's like, there's a lot of people here, I'd sit on the bed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If there was a convenient reason to where it kind of just made sense to.
By the way, how many people are you having over? You're in a studio flat, and you have enough people like coming over. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even understand. Oh no, wait a minute, never mind. I had a weird thought about that was wrong. Anyway, but my point is still, look, it is the bed there. I don't understand it. Just because you sleep on it, what the? And again, when it's just my mom taught me never to go into someone's room that is good advice. You shouldn't just go into someone's room. But when the whole thing is your room, that's the problem. That's the deal with a flat.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I don't understand her problem, to be honest with you. Because again, what is going on in the bed that's so special? Or they putting butt germs on your duvet?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anything, they're sitting in your fucking cum. So they're the ones.
Right. No, for real. They're not unloading. And the other thing is, unless your bed's not made, and so they're not sitting on your sheets, they're sitting on, I would assume, the duvet or the covering. So like, fucking whatever. What is the problem? I wish I could actually know for real what her problem is. Yeah. Like other than it's rude, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But
it's not because you don't have any walls to your bedroom.
Right. I mean, to me, it's rude having you invited me over here. Now I'm eating doing brunch and like, hey, that's where they fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I have to sit here and know that you're getting fucking on that bed.
Kind of smells like sex in here,
Right.
Because you don't have a bedroom.
I have a hard time believing this picky buzzkill has friends that are coming over.
Yeah.
Right. And
No, she made up her friend. She's like, my husband keeps sitting on the bed. It's a real
Right.
problem.
yeah. So anyway, yeah. Basically, the point of my thought there was that honestly, I'm not even trying to be funny. That's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Beds are very comfortable to sit on in your whole room. If you had any level of your own room, for some reason you had a very small apartment and people were going, yes, that would be weird if they went into your bedroom and just started sitting there.
Yeah.
If you hung up a sheet, if you had a studio apartment and you hung up a sheet that designated
There
the
you
bedroom,
go. Yes.
Boom.
That would have been
Yes.
weird.
Yep.
If they walked in and they took the sheet themselves, moved it,
And sat down on your bed.
Yep.
and that should be your solution, by the way. Go. I guess maybe you can't do it if it's a suit apartment because you couldn't do that level. But like, yes, if you had like a very distinctive, maybe
You could get those like those ones at like
little door-
hospitals or whatever
Yeah.
that like ring up.
or even those little door things.
Put a punch of staples in your ceiling and put a tapestry or something. up.
Absolutely.
Like there's a million ways to avoid this open floor plan with your bed as furniture.
Yeah.
And again, this is on you. You're gross. You're fucking on that bed.
Yeah, not even your bed. I don't even in this situation. I don't even think it's your bed. It's just a thing that you fuck on in that room.
Yeah.
And now you're mad that other people are sitting
Your
on it.
fuck
Yeah.
mattress.
Yeah, it's on you. Get your bed out of the fucking living room.
Yes.
Get one of those ones where you pull it up into the fucking
Yeah,
wall.
and then it's gone, and you have more space in your shitty little apartment.
Yeah. Get a better job. That's my advice.
yeah. Don't stop being poor.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Just stop it. Do better in life. If you hadn't got that liberal arts degree, you could afford a 2-bedroom apartment.
Okay. So I love having sex with my boyfriend. And
Here's where it goes. I like sex as much as the other person, but here's 10 reasons why I don't like it.
Okay, so I love having sex with my boyfriend, and one thing that I fantasize about is him talking dirty to me since I'm a freak. One night,
All right.
yeah,
She is on, or whoever they are, on board with it.
one night when we were a little tipsy, we start to get it on, and while he's fucking me, I tell him to talk really dirty to me and say whatever comes to mind. Just some really dirty
risky.
and freaky stuff. Yes. Right after I said that, he goes and calls me his dirty whore, who is a sexy fucking slut. That wasn't that bad, so I tell him to keep going as I'm about to climax.
That wasn't that bad. That's like, to me, that's even pretty tame.
Yeah, no,
When it
that's
comes
very,
to that,
yeah.
like when she goes, that wasn't that bad. I'm like, yeah, if you're telling if you're
Yeah,
saying,
you asked for
Yeah.
dirty.
if you claim you're
talk.
a freak, that should be like, he called me that and I loved it. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be that wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? You're not that
This
much
was what I asked for.
right.
Yes.
So he then goes on to tell me how he wants to put his finger in my ass, so I let him. Then to top it off, he shouts out how he wants to fuck me and my sister and come all over our faces.
That's him. That's on him. He should have gone there. Why are you bringing her into this?
Okay, so we've got one more paragraph and then we can discuss it.
You
At
know what?
first,
Oh, go ahead.
at first I became super turned on and came, then all of a sudden I started crying once we finished. I'm pretty upset and not sure what to think. Did he take it too far when he said that? I asked him if he meant it, and he avoids the question. Am I overthinking this? Do you think he wants to fuck my sister?
Yes.
Do you think my sister wants to fuck him?
Not necessarily,
No.
but he wants to fuck her.
They've
Yeah.
always been flirty, and I've thought nothing of it, but now I'm really thinking he has something for her.
Oh, hands down.
Oh, definitely.
He definitely wants to
No
fuck your
question.
sister.
By the way,
Yeah.
I would say to me now. This is the wrong thing to say. Don't get me wrong, but I would say, I mean, it's a weird that he should never have said it out loud.
Yeah.
But like on the same hand, people are attracted. You can be with somebody and be attracted to other people. I mean, I bet she's hot. I mean, you know what I mean? I bet she's hot. And so like, he definitely wants to fuck your sister.
Yes.
No question.
And it doesn't mean, by the way, though, that doesn't mean he ever would. It doesn't mean he would cheat on you. I really believe that. I think you could have those.
He said it.
No, but
He did say it certain during
well,
sex.
but people can have. I'm just saying, I don't believe it means that he would ever do it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he might. I'm saying it doesn't prove it, though.
Yes, that's
That's
true.
my thing. I think he
That's
could have that thought and never do it necessarily.
Yes.
But he definitely wants to.
I feel like
and he
he's-
would if he felt like he could.
If he brought that up in that time, he's leaking a little.
Yeah.
I feel like
No,
he might be like thinking about it more than he should.
I'm agreeing that I'm saying like he would if he could.
Yeah.
I think I don't think he was doing it as a teaser, by the way. I think probably in the moment he said something he realized
like it leaked out. It wasn't a like, hey, I'm giving this as a pass to see how you feel.
Right.
About
No,
this.
I believe he leaked it out. He
Yeah.
shouldn't have said it. I'm just saying it doesn't mean he's going to,
Yeah.
or that he would, but he would if he could.
Well, he would.
He would.
He would.
And he wants to.
And he wants to.
Here's the thing: if you're fantasizing about having a three-way with your girlfriend and her sister, you lock that up tight in your fucking mind, and
Never
you
say
never
another
ever say
thing
a
about
word
it.
about it.
You know what's so weird
It's
about
like your
that?
best friend, maybe it might work out. You could have a three-way situation. You ain't getting family in there.
You know, I
No.
always think about that because that is a fetish. You know, in a way, you'll see that sometimes stepsister porn and stuff like that. And there's always like a guy thing back in the. I don't think they do it as much anymore. Back in the 90s, you'd do twins, but you also be like, ooh, sisters.
Yeah.
Because the guy can fuck two, like a guy could fuck two sisters and it wouldn't technically matter. But for those sisters, it's obviously ridiculous.
Yes, that
like,
never happened.
Like it can't
It
happen,
never happened.
and it shouldn't happen.
No.
But like, but it used to be a thing where people, would be like, "Oh, sisters," you know what I mean?
Yeah, like it
sorry.
could happen.
Yeah, no, totally.
Spitting Scott's
No,
eye.
and it's so weird too. Like the idea of like for some reason you get a pass with twins more so, and it's like
Right, there's something about twins that people
Like, they're
you're right.
so close, they're one person.
Right.
yeah, and it's like no, those are sisters, and this is incest.
Yes.
I know, but like there's something
Well,
about
not for you.
No,
Just for that.
That's what I'm saying. Like the guy can technically do it.
Yeah.
There's, I mean, technically, if the two
Well,
girls,
to be fair, the girls don't have to do anything to each other, right?
I mean
You can
he's
get your
nutting
dick
on
sucked.
both of their faces.
But that has nothing to do with them having sex. They're not.
no,
committing
they could be
incest,
doing
right?
different things.
Because you have to eat out a girl, right? To have it be like, okay, they're doing incest stuff. What if they're like one of them's jerking them off and the other one's like making out with him?
I think that's incest. I think that is like
It probably isn't a very technical
No
sense.
insertion.
No. It probably is in a non-technical sense. But in a technical sense, I don't think that would be incest to me.
okay.
Yeah.
Here. This is how I'll argue this point. Imagine,
Juices have to be
Yeah.
exchanged.
Exchanged.
okay,
Sorry,
Well,
one more. A little like you said, Ghostbusters. A little crossing the stream has to officially happen
Yeah.
to be
That's
incest.
what
all right.
think it
Allow me to present you a scenario that I think will puts the lie to that point. Imagine a brother and a sister. The sister is fucking her husband, and the
No,
brother
it's
is in the
different.
corner
No, it's
jerking off.
It's different.
How is that?
different?
It's
way
different.
Nothing's
It is
crossing.
No, because it's a dude and a girl.
Yeah.
Like if it's like your brother and your brother fuck this girl, that totally might happen.
Right.
Like
and by the
I
way,
could see that
I
happening,
think
and
too-
it wouldn't be. I wouldn't judge it as incest.
I
I
would
would be
by the-
like,
oh,
no,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think two guys fucking the same, or two brothers fucking the same girl isn't incest in any capacity,
No.
unless those two brothers are literally sucking each other
yeah,
off.
if they suck each other off or start fucking.
I think two brothers could fuck a girl, and almost it would take a lot to be incest.
Yeah.
I
To be
feel like
judged that
if
way.
you're watching a relative of yours fucking or getting fucked, that is incest.
No,
I disagree.
No, that's not. That's
That's it.
like voyeur incest adjacent.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's an
definitely
ideal.
incest adjacent.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying it would be,
But it's not full on incest.
I'm not saying it would be a great, like, you'd have to do a lot of Hail Marys after it. But I mean, and this is such an interesting topic to me, by the way, in the end, because now we have three of us. We're all, we do the comedy thing and we're all kind of different. And three of us can't agree on necessarily what incest is. and then that's where you get these people these days in society are like, no one all agrees with me, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, look at us three weirdos can't fully agree on what incest is.
No.
None of us can agree on shit, so get over it, guys. Like, let's all just understand we're different and, accept that.
And he wants to fuck your sister.
Absolutely.
100% he wants.
Yes.
I will
I
get-
want to fuck your sister, and I don't even know her.
I want to fuck her because
She
this
sounds
guy.
hot.
Well, yeah. Because this guy is fucking you and says he wants to fuck her, she must be hot.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, totally. And,
That's science.
Yeah.
and all I'm saying is this, in this guy's specific fantasy too, he wants to nut on both of them. He wants to give them both simultaneously a facial. Can we all agree that is incest?
I can
No,
agree it's
no,
hot.
No, that's not incest. That's
Nobody's
not
denying it's hot.
If it was your brother coming on your face, I'd say yes.
Yeah.
If it's a dude and you and your sister are sitting there, that's not incest. That's what I would say.
Ah,
Okay.
all right. Well, I'm glad we
cleared that up.
Cleared that one up.
Clear anything up. Nobody agrees with anybody on incest.
Me and Tyler kind of are the
Yeah.
closest to agree.
Yeah, they need to be scissoring.
They do
If,
need to
if
be
it's scissoring, it's incest.
Don't get me wrong, by the way. Him fucking two sisters at once, it's a thin line. Because
Yeah.
most likely fluids would get exchanged. Like there's a
Yeah.
real thin line before it becomes, because it probably would become incest.
Yeah.
I just think it's possible not to technically be incest.
Okay, so my boyfriend has made a habit out of using.
Boo!
Yeah, boo.
Yeah,
My
stop
advice-
having a boyfriend.
Dump him.
Dump
My
him.
advice. Sounds like a loser.
Give you my number. Yeah.
My boyfriend has made a habit out of using birthdays and holidays as an opportunity to upgrade his lifestyle under the guise of generous gift giving. He recently gifted me his used laptop, which he did spend money on.
Used laptop.
Now, you know what's funny? Real quick off the bat, I
Yeah.
have famously known for in the last 12 years of my life of giving what I call experience gifts. And I joke at the beginning that they were kind of selfish. Like I'd give my sister tickets to a concert that we both wanted to go to, but then I would just get drunk because she wasn't 21 yet. But eventually they became like actually really fun and like, we
Yeah.
spend time with each other. Those experience gifts, though, did not fall under the line of like, hey, Lauren, I needed a new laptop, so here's my old one. Merry Christmas. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can give someone a gift that benefits both of you in a way that is actually very nice and sweet. This is not it so far.
You know, when you cannot do an A to B, I just bought myself a new
Yes,
laptop.
right.
Here's my old
Right.
laptop. My last birthday, he gave me his used scuba gear and took that opportunity to upgrade his own set.
Our advice was solid from the beginning. Dump him. His used scuba gear. Does he wrap it up, by the way? Like, I mean, is it like, or is it just kind of like he got his and she goes, oh, I guess, and it's like, by the way, here's the present.
Yeah, it needs to be a situation where she was like, I really like your scuba gear.
And by
And
the
it's
way,
also
wait
a
minute.
man's scuba gear compared to a woman.
Right,
too.
how does it
Yeah.
fit?
Like, how's it gonna fit? Yeah.
This is a real Homer Simpson season 1 giving Marge a bowling ball. You know what I mean? With his
It
name on
literally
it. Like, because how does it fit her? And two, so she doesn't have her own scuba gear? So does she even like scuba
Yeah.
diving? This is seriously Homer Simpson in
fact-
season 1 giving
fact-
Marge a bowling ball.
In fact, the next line is, I'm not a big diver.
Signed Marge Simpson, 1989.
Oh my god. But yeah, that's basically, I don't even need to read the rest of this one. Basically, just that.
Yeah, dump. I'm not
Dump
even,
him.
dump.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm
a
not-
bad move.
And I sounded where I got it. We sound like cynical. I mean dump him.
Yeah.
Because this is an absurd. She gave enough examples. A laptop, even okay. Let's say a laptop. Let's say he's a tech guy, right?
Yep.
And he's one of these guys. Super whatever. And it's like, okay, maybe she needs a laptop. He's like, hey, we're in a relationship together. I need one anyway. Yours is falling apart.
Yeah.
You're in a tight spot. Maybe.
Here's a
The-
nicer laptop.
Right. The scuba, and you still have to get her something else, by the way.
Yes.
But the scuba diving is bullshit. It's not going to fit her. She's not even a diver, and you know she's not a diver. That's one where it's like, that honestly, it's not fixable. Move on.
Absolutely. And even you talking about doing the experience gifts and wondering if there's a level of selfishness to that. The equivalent to that would be if you were like, hey, I have scuba diving gear. I bought you some scuba diving gear, and I
Yeah.
thought we could go scuba diving
Right.
together.
Yep.
Yes, dude. If he was
Got
like,
her size.
right.
Yeah.
Or like,
Yes.
or he got both of them. Like, I got some new stuff, and I figured, hey, you know what? You don't ever been into this, but we should try it. I think
Together.
you really enjoy it or
Yeah.
something. Because that would be different.
Yeah.
Because honestly, it's even scuba gear too. Like, sounds like he had a box with like really nice new set of scuba gear, and he chucked her
Well,
just like his old shit.
And there's the thing
Seriously,
with
I don't
scuba-
believe he's rapping.
He didn't wrap it. He just gave
No,
it
and
to
the
her.
other thing with scuba gear is like fucking sports equipment. That shit's got your smell. Your
Yeah.
disgusting balls have been on that fucking, the
Yeah.
wetsuit
Yeah.
and your mouth on the. And I know you kiss and stuff, but it's different in this setting. Like it's your sweaty,
Yeah.
mouth with salt water and shit has been on there for years.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, no.
Not
I
fixable.
agree.
Move on.
Move on.
Dump him.
Dump him.
Call us.
Normally I just say dump him. Right.
Call us.
Normally I just say dump him anyway, but at least this time it was justified.
Yeah, you and your sister, give us a call.
That's a different person, but I also still want to fuck that guy's
Still,
sister.
yeah,
or that
yeah.
girl's sister.
She might have a sister. You don't know.
Okay, so let me read all of this one before you guys respond because it's important to get it all in there. My 27-year-old daughter and her best friend Katie have been best friends since they were 4. Katie practically grew up in our house and is like a daughter to me.
Oh, he wants to fuck her.
This is the mom.
Oh.
My daughter recently got engaged to her fiance and announced that Katie would be the maid of honor. The problem is that Katie walks with a pretty severe limp due to a birth defect. She has no problem wearing high heels and has already been fitted for the dress, but I still think it will look unsightly if she's in the wedding procession limping ahead of my daughter.
What a bitch!
I mentioned this to my daughter and suggested that maybe Katie could take video or hand out programs while sitting.
While sitting,
So she doesn't ruin the aesthetic aspect of the wedding. My daughter is no longer speaking to me.
Good.
We were never close.
Rightfully
but this
so.
is her big wedding, and I want it to be perfect. All the other bridesmaids will look gorgeous walking down the aisle with my daughter. Is it wrong to have her friends sit out?
Yes, yes, yes. Fuck you, old lady. Yes, disrespectful old bat.
When we said at the beginning that people, what happened was they'd ask other people and they didn't get the responses they wanted. This is it. This is a person who has asked several people, and now she's throwing a bottle in the water or
am I
meshes
right
in a bottle.
or am I right?
Absolutely.
It's like, no, you're not right. You are a disrespectful. This is her day. This is her family. This is her friends.
Since 4th grade. Also, I want to see a picture. But
I don't want to see a limping lady go down the thing. And it's like, fuck you. That'll make it, honestly, if anything, more genuine and endearing. Like, let her have her friend.
from a person, and I don't mean to like shoehorn this in, but from a person who has officiated 3 weddings, one being my sister's, they are very, I'm not trying to be weird about it. Scott's even been married. But like, honestly, when I officiated my sister's wedding, and I'm kind of a weirdo and I can have my quirks, but my sister and me have a very close relationship. And you know what? That is what makes it's a wedding. It is her special day.
Yeah.
Everyone will fucking love it. Not one person other than you will sit there and go, the aesthetics of this are really unsightly.
This could be more beautiful if we didn't have the crooked walking
Why
bench.
is that bridesmaid limping like a dumb idiot?
Gross. This is the grossest part of this.
This is some weird fetish porn. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why aren't there vomit bags on these seats?
Yeah. No one told me we were having a circus here.
Can't she walk like a normal person? This is a wedding, goddammit.
Show some respect.
Christ. Can't we what? I didn't know this was a retard wedding.
Seriously.
I
It
came
was
to-
beautiful until now, just now.
I came to a wedding, not a freak show. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that chick's mom was right.
What's next? The bearded lady?
And you know what? If you're gonna be this much of an asshole, use the word retard. Where you know what? Don't do these half measures.
To use a line from Joe Dirt, who he said when he says, it's deer tape. Don't clean it up, son. It's Joe Dirt. Say retard, you bitch. You know what you meant.
Oh my god. I love to I will say I did look over some of these answers, and the woman who wrote back to her started out by saying, I think it's important, like in life in general, to ask yourself the question, do I seem like the villain in a Reese Witherspoon movie?
That's hilarious.
And very true.
Yes.
Funny and true. And great. Actually, that's a good response for some of those things.
No, seriously.
Oh my god.
So she didn't get, she did ask every single person. They were like, no, you're the worst person
Yeah.
I've ever met
I'm
in my
glad
entire
she stopped
life.
talking to you. She should never talk to you again.
She was asking like anybody, like guys at the grocery store checking her out, like, hey, what do you think?
What do you think about the wobble girl?
Anything to get, if one person had told her it was okay, this letter wouldn't have been written.
Yeah. No, I'll show you. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Isn't that ridiculous?
He was definitely doing impressions.
Yes. In the grocery store.
In the summer of 2011, my wife and I purchased a top-of-the-line Joe Pen vibrator.
Oh, by the way, real quick, when you read these, especially the relationship ones, it just goes to show you, dude, in reality. So, I mean, I'm not saying don't be in relationships. There's a lot of good ones, but there are so many. Like, we all see people, you're on the street, and you see, oh, this nice little couple walking down. You don't ever know what the fuck's going on when those doors are closed. Like, everybody's got shit.
And take comfort if you are single, no matter how much of a weirdo or an asshole or just a generally terrible person you are, you will almost certainly find yourself in a relationship. based on these.
I'm really the bell curve of that, unfortunately, but I'm the thing that proves the what is it, the thing that proves it right.
The outlier, what about, I know exactly what you're talking. The exception that proves the rule.
Right, that's me. Anyway, go ahead.
In the summer of 2011, my wife and I purchased a top-of-the-line Joe Penn vibrator. We used it a few times and we're just beginning to really integrate it into our sex lives when my wife died suddenly of a heart attack.
Oh.
In parentheses, the vibrator had nothing to do with that.
Well,
now,
you gotta let me know. Yeah.
Right. Now, more than a year later, I've begun to date again. I've met a woman with an open mind, and I'm thinking she might be interested in using the vibrator. But I'm not sure how or whether to suggest it. Is it creepy to offer a dead woman's vibrator to someone?
By the way, I will say this.
Can I just finish this?
Yeah.
And if so, what else can I do with it? Sell it on Craigslist? It's an expensive piece of equipment, barely used, and it should be employed and loved once again. All my wife's other major possessions found wonderful new homes with dear friends of hers.
Yeah,
but then again, a vibrator's got a different, vibe about it. Sell it, toss it, or share it.
Vibe about it. I say toss it. It's done. It's done. You cannot use a sex toy after it's been used.
No.
On anyone else other than the person it was used on.
You know, mostly, by the way, with advice columns, like when it comes to gross stuff like this, is absurd. Even the girl one, the girl was writing about her boyfriend wanting to fuck her. Says, guys are disgusting human beings, and we're lucky that any girl stays with us. Because honestly, mostly there are weird girls out there. This is such a guy fucking thing. Like, is this normal if I use this vibrator using my dead wife on my new girlfriend? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you a moron? Who cares? Top of the line. So what? What is the top of the line? By the way, he's always spent a lot of money. Even that, $200, maybe. By the way,
yeah,
maybe more like probably 100.
Also, like
totally.
All of her other stuff, like got good homes, like her quilt or her pillow or her other dumb normal things. You cannot give away her vibrator to your friends.
I've recently decided to try integrating my wife's ashes into our sex play. Is that weird?
Yes.
By the way, this is kind of off subject, but it got me wondering, how late after a wife or a significant other died would it be weird that you were masturbating to naked photos of them?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah.
And now once you start dating, so I think that's different. But at some point, like, when would it be? Because
I mean, once you get over the extreme grief, once it's like, yeah, why not? Just go for it after you like.
But there'd be a time when it would be weird.
Yes,
right?
yes.
I wonder what that time would be.
I would almost imagine, like, if you were a widower or something like that, if you did that, you could be like early on. You could be like, this is a part of the grief process.
Right.
That's
and
true.
then later on, then you're like, well, now it's not weird anymore. Enough time has passed.
Yeah.
And it's just a naked
and
lady.
it's my wife.
It's just a naked. I feel like it'll still always be a little bit weird.
Yeah, that's another thought I never. Go
And
ahead.
you have to immediately stop doing that if you enter into another relationship.
Yeah.
Imagine you were in a relationship and then they found out you were masturbating to like sex videos of your dead wife.
Yeah.
That would be weird for sure.
Yeah, you have to stop.
Back to this vibrant. What a fucking.
Honestly, like, I feel like, how long do you think this guy, like, do you think he cleaned it? Do you think he's cleaned this thing? Or do you think he's keep it like?
I think it was a half-assed clean.
I feel like he was keeping it around because the juices.
No, he either did nothing or he cleaned it.
Yes.
There's no half.
Just like smell it or vibrator and jack it off.
I think so.
He either did absolutely nothing or he legit cleaned it. There's no half-assing it.
Yeah, you can't really half-ass it. Once it's clean, right?
And you made a good point, Tyler. I do feel like now the more I'm thinking about this, I believe he's trying to pass off his fetish as frugality.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. Exactly. Like, dude, you can buy another. I haven't looked at vibrator. Like, I don't know a high-end vibrator, but dude, the only high-end sex stuff that matters is like dudes trying to bang robots. For girls, for girl stuff, it probably tops off at about $100 for something like this. I know there's probably some costumes, and if you went on to get some real real kink shit, I get it. But a vibrator, fuck that.
Does somebody want to look up how much a Joe Penn vibrator is really quickly? Well, like,
it's like 32 cents.
I'm gonna guess.
I want to sell it.
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna try to give this guy credit. I'm gonna say $300.
I'm gonna say 300. I'm gonna say 75.
75.
Yeah.
Okay. Either way, way too cheap to be doing this. Much too cheap.
I'm trying to understand. You know, the problem is I'm the worst person to type something in because I don't know how to spell things.
Okay. Wait. Yeah, let me see. Joe Pen vibrator. No. Okay.
Here's your advertisement for the Joe Pen vibrator.
Joe Pen vibrator, which
your-
may be extremely expensive or possibly very cheap. We don't know.
Or possibly used by a dead woman.
This is a great time to point out, by the way, we do these shows, Two Hippies, One Drunk, every Wednesday. I do the Biggie Comedy Venture on Monday, and then we'll do an On the Road episode. Plus, we also do lots of content throughout the week where we share, where we do little videos. Tyler just today put up an art of the week that you can try to buy, which helps us move this and grow this show along. So anyway, the Venmo, Eric, ERICFADIE, sharing our little videos on Facebook that we make, following us, giving us 5 stars. Those things all really help.
Awesome, great. Now we don't have to do the ending. And between $50 and $90.
Okay.
Knew it.
Knew it. This guy.
Knew it.
I'm a poor. I don't got a lot of money.
Trying to sell it.
Yeah.
Resale on a vibrator.
Me and this guy have even me who literally wears clothes for years and years. Me and this dude have different ideas of what high end costs anyway. 50 and 90. Get the fuck out of here, asshole. You're just.
The only thing I would say is he does have. I'm sure there's some weirdo out there that if you're trying to sell a dead woman's vibrator, they're paying top dollar.
No, 100%.
You might be able to get $1,200 for that thing.
He'll be able to sell it if he wants, but he's being an asshole and an idiot.
Better not have cleaned it though.
All right, if we can end on this one. This one's just a short one. I can't believe I'm writing you this, so here it goes. I'm getting married in March to a wonderful man I've been with for 6 years. 2 weekends ago was my bachelorette party, and we were in Vegas.
Oh, here we go.
I ended up getting drunk in this club with all my girlfriends and slept with another man. Not only did I fuck up by sleeping with him and not using protection, but he gave me herpes. I have no idea what to do or what to even say. I've avoided sex like the plague from my fiance, and I fear if I tell him, he'll call the wedding off and hate me forever.
He will.
Yes.
And hey, you deserve it.
Yeah.
That's insta karma right there. That's what that is. You cheated, you got herpes.
You know what? Can we talk about? I hate the idea of this fucking concept of bachelor and bachelorette parties where you have strippers, where maybe there's a prostitute.
I can understand going to maybe getting a little drunk, going to a strip club. Not going home with anyone, not doing anything like that, just indulging your dumb guy mentality a little bit.
Here's my thing. You go to a bachelor party and you go to the strip club for your bachelor party, means the girl can have strippers. And that's a different ball game.
That is a different ball game.
No, thank you.
And for me personally, I would not want a strip club. If I was going to do a bachelor party, I'd do something I wanted to do, which would not be strippers. But I know a lot of guys would use that as an opportunity. But guys are typically not going to fuck the strippers.
But the
women might have the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. And what is it like? Let's just lob a hand grenade at our relationship as it's about to get more serious.
Yeah, I don't. And by the way, I would say this even for like bachelor parties. So none of us are strip club guys anyway. But like, you can even go to fucking Vegas and do nightclubs and do a nice steak dinner at a steakhouse. And you can still. Yep. I think bachelor parties are good. I think there's a cool thing of celebrating a very, hopefully a once at a time moment, maybe twice or so moment of your life. Actually, I would say you get one, by the way, to be honest with you. Second wedding, I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It depends on the scenario of your life. But I think bachelor parties are 100% a
night
good
out
thing.
With your friends is a
celebrating this thing. Your longtime friends.
Your last time single with your friends. Because that is the difference of like, that's what you use a bachelor party for, to be like, this is the last time we're together.
I personally wouldn't go to a strip club. Like I said, I might even do Vegas. And people think, oh, Vegas, poker, strip clubs. No, I'd go to a really nice dinner.
Do some casino.
Go to a show. Yeah.
No, and that's the thing, is it should be about celebrating your time with your friends, with your boys, with your girls, like doing that. And like, I mean, when I did get married, like we had a conversation flat out. It's like the rules do not change over this night as far as like what's allowed. Like,
no, you had a fun bachelor party. We went into we went to a rap show. Got a hotel room, did dinner and I mean, we got fun.
We got a tattoo.
Tattoo. We did stupid guy stuff, but it wasn't.
We didn't need to have.
And to be fair, the funny thing I always say is I would rather have gone to that rap show, for example, over strip club for only reason, if nothing else, than for this. I am not going to pick up a stripper. I don't want to pick up a stripper. We go to a rap show. I can then maybe meet a girl Like, honestly, go to a bar, go to a cool bar. I might pick up a girl. I don't want to pick up a girl at a strip club. I'm sorry, I don't.
No, because you're paying out the ass for that.
Right.
Like, honestly, and it, like Scott said, it opens the door for them to have a bachelorette party with strippers, and strippers that are dudes are gonna try to fuck your wife.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Now, having said that, I don't really have a problem with girls, but whatever. But I don't like strippers anyway. So anyway, point is, I would say you're fucked, and that's your own fault. And not the fun way, unfortunately.
No,
you got the fun way, and now you have to
the herpes way.
No, and I know people have different opinions, so it's like even if it was like, okay, well, whatever, anything goes for our bachelor party and all that. It's like I don't use protection. Like, do not fucking. I'm sorry.
Raw dog.
Oh my god!
Stranger.
Every single time he looks at that fucking cold sore on his lip and just thinks about that, like you're fucked. Your relationship's fucked. It's over.
Yeah, you cheated.
I'd say this, by the way. Honestly, I know people wouldn't expect me to say this. It doesn't mean as a person you have to be fucked your whole life. I think people are allowed to make mistakes, but the problem is there are consequences for actions.
End of that relationship.
Right. In this setting, hopefully you take it as a lesson and move on from it. Again, seriously, I'm not trying to be weird about it. It doesn't mean you're a terrible person necessarily for life. I mean,
I agree.
But it does mean that you made a mistake, and unfortunately, consequences of actions, and the consequence of this one will probably be
the end of that relationship.
Probably the end of that relationship. It doesn't mean it will be, by the way, though.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I'm telling you this on my end. I'm a weird person. I could maybe listen to it and go, you know what, dude, I've done a lot, talk to her. I have done a lot of blackout drunk moments in my life. I could maybe, if she really felt sorry, I don't know. I would probably postpone the wedding a little bit and see. Maybe
the herpes would be like, we're done.
I'm just saying on my end, though. I mean, I could even see me possibly talk you, but my point is you have to live up to it.
Yeah.
And there might be consequences. That's life. It sucks, but that's life.
And can you imagine that? And we can add on this. I know we're running a little bit long. So, but like, could you imagine seriously? Like, my problem is there's gonna be a level like. That hatred's gonna have to go somewhere. And either you're gonna be mad at her for contracting herpes at her bachelorette party, or you are going to hate yourself every time you look in the mirror for being a fucking cuck with somebody else's herpes on you.
No, but see, I'm telling you, I swear to God, for me, just me personally, I don't hold grudges for the most part. So if we had a talk, if we decided, like we did a little counseling, maybe push back the wedding a little bit.
Yeah.
If I felt like it was, I could see moving past that. But that's not a guarantee, and she has to let him make that decision, is my point.
Yeah, no, she definitely has to tell him, for sure.
Would you just not have sex with him forever? I mean,
and then videotape it so we can watch
exactly
the ensuing battle.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, you guys. So we've already done the ending spiel because Eric did it while I was looking up the vibrator.
He did the midway spiel. You still got to check out our shows, review us, like us. On Facebook, and we're on Instagram and on TikTok. 2 hippies, 1 drunk. To the letter 2 and the letter or the number 2
and the number 1
and the number 1.
Yep.
Check them
out. Next week, I believe it's going to be Eric's episode. You want to tell him what we're doing?
Would be mine.
We're going to do
it up a little.
We're going to start adding a show to our weekly thing, and I'm going to kind of do. I'm going to do like when we first started doing on the road episodes, I took my regular episode to kind of debut the on the road episode. And I'm going to get more into it next week, but we're going to start doing another weekly thing that might not be as long, but it will kind of like in our on the road episodes, we really deal with the adventures we do. And this one, we just do our normal green episode. And Big E Comedy Venture, I do the same thing. But we really have started to realize that we're in this thing and we don't tell you guys, like there's a lot of mundane stuff, a lot of stuff we're learning about each other and things from hotels that they wouldn't make it into a on the road episode, but I do think it's entertaining and worth discussing. So we're going to do kind of a intro to a new type of show we're going to offer once a week as well. And so that's what we're going to do next week. I'm not sure what I would call it yet, but we'll come up with that by next week.
Yeah.
Great. All right. See you next week.